Thank you for calling Domino's. To place a new order, press 2. For all other...
What does music mean to you?
Bro, I'm ordering Domino's right now. Getting into music for me was pretty early. I was around 7 when I started learning the violin. At some point, my family moved from Boston to Amherst. And in Amherst, they didn't have an orchestra, so I couldn't play violin. So I had to choose a new instrument, so I chose the drums and percussion. And then I did that through middle school and high school. And then my senior year of high school, I started producing, like, on the computer. I was just, like, on GarageBand, like, doing silly things. But then I kept producing after high school and into college, which is what I'm doing now. I was, like, a 16-year-old ugly-ass Indian kid in rural Massachusetts listening to drill music, pretending like I was in New York. It was funny. I've just been, like, fucking with a lot of soul music recently. I've been making a lot of stuff that's sort of just like really classic 80s, 90s soul, or like taking 80s and 90s soul songs and like chopping them up and making new beats out of those.
All right.
I'm Christopher Choi. I go by Jindo as my artist name. If we want to get into like how I got into music, period, you know, the whole stereotype of like Asian parents and stuff. So they said like, yo, you got to play the violin, piano, choose. Of course, you got free choice. You play the piano or the violin. I chose the violin. It looked a lot more classier. In high school, I had a band called Fish People. And we mostly played at like shows and like talent shows and like school events and stuff. But we actually like did a couple recording sessions. That was my first step into like producing and actually like making original music. I guess everything I've been working on has like most recently has been going towards this album I'm putting out soon. This is gonna be the album cover for Chindoke, my debut studio album. Working on it for like half a year now. So yeah, a lot of what I'm doing is going into that.
So how do you know Raghav?
I met him at the studio a couple times. Caleb actually introduced me to him. We haven't worked on anything like frequently too much. We've like sent files to each other, working on a couple collabs in the background here and there.
I try to form connections with people everywhere I go. Like not in like a networking econ bro kind of way, but in a learning about new people kind of way. I met Tekka because they showed up to an ultimate frisbee practice here at Colby.
I was on the girls' frisbee team for Colby.
And I was like tossing around with them, and like the guy mentioned,
I rap on drill. He said, I made drill beats. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. I was like, we should link up sometimes.
And I was like, oh, bet, hit me up.
He never hit me up.
Then I forgot to get his snap.
They never got my snap.
And then 2 weeks later, he shows up at Sam's house.
You definitely have to think of some very intellectual and creative.
He found me again. We had both been invited to my friend's crib, and I never really remember his face or anything. I was like, do I know you? And he's like, yeah, I think you do. I was like, oh, you the one that makes the beats? I was like, you never took my Snapchat. You're going to take it right now. He started playing beats for me. I'm like, yo, this kid's tough. He made me laugh. He makes the studio fun. I'm here more than I'm at my other school, chilling with them, because these are my brothers, for real. They mean a lot to me, so I'm always with them. I always say that I'm from here, because this is where I feel comfortable. This is where I make things happen the most.
But where do you go to school?
Thomas College.
Did you get one? No. Oh, Mason is my name. How do you know Raghav? I met him in middle school. He's 2 years older than me, but I met him in middle school because of band. And he was like an intern in my freshman year. And that's how we met, and then we became friends.
Where's he sleeping, do you think? He's sleeping on the couch. I don't got a bed for him. That's true. Do I look wealthy?
Thanks, babe. No, I'm not there.
Here?
Nope, not there.
5?
Nope.
7?
Nope.
8? Just do it.
I've always wanted to do music. That's been what I've wanted to do since like I knew you needed to like get a job. my parents were always into music, and my dad was always in a band. So like from a very young age, I would like see him play shows and stuff like that. And then I got into the drums very early and started taking lessons and stuff and kept playing that. I took guitar lessons for like half a year and just learned like the basic chords and then didn't touch it again. And then I picked it back up and taught myself bass. I started producing beginning of my junior year. I kept doing that, and then I started like actually making music. I have never been fulfilled by something in the way music has fulfilled me. It's like always there. It's the only thing I can do like consistently well, but I do love it.
No, go and then play this. No, play this. No, play this.
When we make music, it is a little competitive because we both want to make the coolest thing that day. And so it leads us to push each other harder.
You were just playing.
One of us will come up with the first idea. And then we'll like spend time like developing the idea and making the song or whatever.
Before, after.
I don't remember anymore. Shut the fuck up.
We have a really good working chemistry together because we've been doing it for a while.
He has a great ear for melodies, which allows him to work with other artists and make great songs using their ideas because he knows what will sound good. He has one of the quickest minds to hear like small details and changes that need to be made.
No, go like this, ready?
And I think if he commits himself a little more, he has the potential to be a huge artist who can make a living.
Oh yeah, I'm stupid as fuck. Can you shut up?
We have a great idea.
If he pushed himself a little bit harder, I think the music would be even better, and he would figure out what he wants to do a lot sooner. I think he would be happier about it.
I'm happier when I'm focused on the things I enjoy doing. I feel like a lot of people are like that too. Like I've written out like emails to like the registrar's office, asking for the forms to drop out, and I just like have them saved in my drafts. That was like 2 weeks ago, if I have to be honest, when I wrote that email. So I think the reason I stay in school is because like even though I know music like is what makes me happy, and I'll be more engaged if I'm doing that full time, I think going to school is like a good move long term, because I made an EP this summer, and after that all I wanted to do was just make more music. Like one of the reasons I came back though is because of the musical community that we have here, and like all these amazing musicians that I'm able to work with on like a daily basis. If I was living back home and working on music full time by myself, then I wouldn't have that community of people that I have here. It's also my Domino's driver calling me. Sorry. Hello?
Hi, this is Shelby from Domino's.
Yes. Hi, are you here? Okay, perfect. I'll be right at that door. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Be right back.
I'm suffering from toxic addictions. Under the bridge, I made me the victim. Your green eyes, they pulled me under the Connecticut.
Well, I don't know, that was pretty good, bro. It was all bullshit. That was some bullshit.
That was not some bullshit.
Oh, okay. Well,
That was the truth.
oh, God. Yeah.